Hi kids, my name is Miss Wild. I met some of you when I was visiting your school a few weeks ago. And today I just want to talk to you a little bit about your sensory systems. And I'm really anxious to hear what you guys think about some of the sensory tools that your teachers have begun letting you use in the classroom. Some of you have special chairs or fidget toys, and I'm excited to see if you think that those help your brains focus better. But today I want to talk to you about your sensory systems. Our sensory systems include our brains and our ears and our eyes and everything that we find out what's going on in the world around us, even our fingers, because we can touch and feel with our fingers. And our sensory systems are kind of like car engines. You see my little car here? Cars can go really fast and cars can go really slow. And our sensory systems are the same way. Sometimes if my sensory system's going really, really fast, I'm moving around and bouncing up and down, and it's hard for me to sit still, and it's really hard to focus and concentrate on my schoolwork, for sure. And I bet sometimes you guys feel that way too. Other times, if your sensory system is going really slow, you might feel kind of sluggish and sedentary. You might feel like you're about to fall asleep, and sometimes you're slouching and leaning in your desk or laying your head down. And it's really hard to focus then, too, to get your work done, your schoolwork done. So either way, it's best if our sensory engines are going at the just right speed. That's what we want to be most of the time, at that just right speed where I can pay attention to what the teacher's saying and I can get my work done, but I'm also able to sit in my seat and follow the instructions of the teacher. Okay? So in continuing with that analogy of being like a car engine, we're going to use the colors of a stoplight. So think about if a car is at a red light. What's it doing? It's not going anywhere, right? It's just stopped. When our sensory engines are like that, it's like we're at a red light. And the BrainWorks tachometer here, what I'm going to do is point the arrow to red. That means I'm like a car at a red light. I'm kind of not going anywhere. Just like a car at a red light. It's stopped. I'm stopped. I'm not doing anything. I'm not getting much done. I'm moving really slow if I'm moving at all. Okay? So when my sensory system is on red, like that, like being a car at a red light, I need to choose some activities that are going to help me get going. Like if your mom or dad are at a red light and the light turns green, they need to push on that gas pedal to get going. There are some things we can do to push on that gas pedal too, to make us get going. And these activities have the green arrows on them, like this right up here. These green arrow activities help us get going, they help us perk up and be alert. Let me choose one like what you might have in your room. This one is called Make the Room Bigger. We all find a place on the wall and press really hard and see if we can make the room bigger. Sometimes after we engage in these activities with the green arrow on them, it helps us perk up and we can go a little bit faster. Just like if you push on the gas pedal in a car, it helps the car go faster. These activities help us go faster too. And sometimes we need to go faster to get things done. Now, other times, my sensory engine is going fast, like a car at a green light. And if a car comes to a green light, it's okay to go through the green light. But if it gets going really fast, then it's headed for a crash. It's probably going to cause an accident. And we don't want that to happen. And if we're going too fast, what are some things that could happen to us? We might get in trouble, right? We might lose recess time or something like that your teacher may decide happens when you're going so fast you're out of control. What that looks like for you, for kids, is usually kids that are not listening well, kids that are not sitting still or not staying in their spot during circle time. Those kinds of things are usually what's happening when your engine's really going too fast. What you need to do is slow your sensory engine down. If your mom's car is going too fast and she needs to slow down, she'll probably press her foot against the brake. And we have some activities that are like the brakes for us. They help us to slow down when we're feeling too fast. And those activities have red arrows on them. These activities help us calm down, slow down, and relax. Here's a picture right here. Headphones. Now, some of your teachers are encouraging you to use your headphones from your Kunos when you kind of need to slow down. Because what that does is, even if there's no music or sound on them at all, it just kind of helps to block out the sounds from your classroom, which might help you to slow down and focus on what you should be focusing on. But there are some other red arrow strategies too that may be beneficial as well. Some of you may use some of the fidgets to help you slow down. Others may like to give yourself deep pressure like this, where you push down through the top of your head, and that helps you slow down and focus on what you need to focus on, okay? We have one more type of activities, and these are our yellow arrow activities. These activities help us get to that just right speed, help us focus and pay attention. So you can always choose yellow arrow activities, because yellow on the tachometer, this is our just right speed. A car at a yellow light is going at exactly the right speed. It can keep going if it's safe to do so, but it can quickly come to a stop also. When you're going through a yellow light, that's what you're supposed to do, is just slow down a little bit, but you can keep going if it's safe to do so. And we want to be on yellow. We want to be like cars at yellow lights, because that's the just right speed that helps us make sure we're doing what we should be doing without anything extra. And you can always choose these yellow arrow activities because they're always going to help you stay at that just right speed. Belly breathing is one of my favorite ones because it's easy and you can do it anywhere, where you just take a really deep breath. Make sure it's kind of like your belly is blowing up like a balloon. So you take such a deep breath that your belly pushes outwards. If I take a couple deep breaths, it helps me go at that just right speed, where I can listen to what my teacher's saying and work on what I'm supposed to be working on without doing anything extra or without getting too slow and sluggish. Okay, so that's how the arrows help us choose activities that are best for us when we're not focusing very well. So your teacher may start doing that over the next few weeks. She might say, what's your sensory speed? Is it too fast? Is it too slow? Or is it just right? And we want you to learn to stay at that just right speed. So your teacher may also ask you to choose activities that have certain colored arrows on them, depending on what you need. If you need to slow down, red arrow activities are going to be best. If you need to speed up, green arrow activities are going to be best. And we all are going to benefit from the yellow arrow activities throughout the day. Okay, so I hope that helps, and please let me know if you have any questions, and I'd be happy to meet you by video again, and I hope I get to see you when I come back to your school, and I'd love to hear how you feel about these activities and find out if they really are helping your brains to work better. Okay, thanks for your time today. Bye-bye.